Joining me now is economist and public affairs analyst Mayokun. Mayokun, good morning. It's good to have you join me now. Now, talking about
Good morning, Mike.
yes, I know you followed the incident in Ghana and as well as Indonesia and some of the cases that have happened before. I basically wonder what came to your mind when it comes to the capacity of Nigeria to secure its foreign missions and interests abroad.
Well, thank you, Mike. I think if you ask me what comes to my mind directly when I see these issues, it's a brand in crisis. We have a brand, and it seems we are not doing all we can do to protect, enhance, and project that brand in the most positive light possible. The issues in Ghana and Indonesia, they are not in a silo, but they might be a bit different because one was like an aggression on us. The other one was our own citizens going into our embassy and destroying it. Let me take Indonesia. It shouldn't have happened. One, we can talk to the citizens there, like what they did was wrong. But even the Indonesian authorities have a responsibility to protect our embassy from whoever it is that made an attack on us. The one in Ghana is an enemy act in a way. It's a good thing that their president has come out and apologized and promised that they will rebuild. It should not happen because I was going through the news over some days ago when Boko Haram was threatening to attack foreign embassies in Nigeria. Nigerian government went out of their way and made sure that every embassy was protected with security. So it is part of international law to make sure that embassies in your country should be seen as extensions of their own countries, and you have a responsibility to protect them because there's this principle of reciprocity between countries in the international arena.
All right, now talking about Nigeria's foreign policy, Africa has been the centerpiece of Nigeria's foreign policy, and when it comes to the leadership and the role model status on the African region or sub-region, Nigeria used to be number one. I wonder what that is right now. But in the face of dwindling revenues and inadequate funds available to government, do you think maybe that is where the major challenge is right now, or is just the will of government that foreign policy is not its priority at this point?
Well, it's all of those issues combined. You know, when you are doing tests in primary or secondary school, they tell you A, B, C, and D is all of the above. This is all of the above. We are having issues with funding. We are having issues with the role of our embassies abroad and even staffing. You know, this was not the case at the inception of our embassies in 1957 to 1960 when they started all this. We are supposed to have career officers, people who understand the roles and duties that are expected of them. When you are an ambassador of a country in a foreign country, you are supposed to be a spy. You are supposed to be somebody that is into everything, social, political, technical. You send information. You are supposed to be feeling the pulse of the home country and reporting it back to the country. The one that happened in Ghana shouldn't have occurred because we are supposed to know that something was coming. If our embassy, if there have been issues of land ownership related to our embassy, for instance, our ambassador should have taken a proactive measure before it generated to that. That means there is a kind of lacuna between our own embassy and the country in which we are being hosted. That is the issue for me.
What kind of engagement do you think should exist? Because the point there is, it was barely about a week or less than a week apart that the incident in Ghana happened, that the one in Indonesia also happened. What kind of engagement do you think should be going on in Nigeria's foreign ministry or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or External Affairs when it comes to engaging with some of these countries and the new mandates on what should be so that Nigerian interests and embassies and missions can be protected?
Well, as a brand strategist, I will tell you this, Mike. We have to look at our nation as a brand. You know, the days of looking at only business entities as brands are over. Even countries now have to protect themselves. If you Google Nigeria on the website now, on the internet, and say, okay, news about Nigeria, more than 90% of the news is negative. Positive news are not coming from here. It's not like positive things are not being done, but they are in the minority. And even the government and the people are not taking enough energy in projecting these things as news coming out of Nigeria. Something happened some days ago. If I may digress, there was this news of FBI wants 6 Nigerians, looking for 6 Nigerians. Actually, we should go through the news. 79 people are being looked for. 39 of them are from Arab origin, 16 Russians, Asians, and the rest of them. But it's only 6 Nigerians that are on the list, but they made that 6 Nigerians the subject of the heading of whatever information they are putting out. Why? Because Nigeria has already been seen in bad light. People think when you think of cyber fraud, think of Nigeria. So it doesn't matter that there are 39 other nationalities or 39 people from another different country on the list. So the thing is, the one between Indonesia and Ghana, they are different. In Indonesia, our own citizens are complaining that, okay, each time they have issues in Indonesia, Nigerians don't come, the Nigerian embassy doesn't come to their rescue. I saw a video in which a Nigerian that actually led to that issue in Indonesia. The Nigerian was trying to evade arrest by immigration officials in Indonesia. He was hiding by the window, and somehow from the ninth floor, he fell down, landed in the hospital. I'm sure he must have died by now. Those are the issues. In Ghana, somebody else is feeling that, okay, Nigerian government, there's nothing they can do. There won't be a backfiring of some sort. And at the end of the day, he took a bulldozer and brought down our structures. This is an enemy attack in a way. So however it is, we need to protect our image. We need to project our citizens. There's something I have to say about Nigerian government too. The way we look at our citizens outside the country, whatever it is, even if they kill somebody, they have a right, as long as they are holding Nigerian passports, to be heard, to be supported until justice is given. This has to be the way to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mayokun, for your time on the program now.